America, we have a problem. It's blinding us, literally. No, it's not your aunt's latest social media post. We're talking about headlights, people, those things on cars that should illuminate the road, not sear our retinas like miniature suns. Increasingly, drivers are avoiding nighttime driving, and for good reason. Headlight glare is turning our roads into obstacle courses of blinding light. What should be a peaceful time for a drive has become a stressful, sometimes terrifying experience, and it's only getting worse. Remember the joy of a moonlit drive, the quiet streets, the gentle glow of streetlights? Well, kiss those goodbyes. They've been replaced by the harsh, almost painful glare of oncoming traffic. And it's not just a minor annoyance, it's a serious safety hazard. We're talking about impaired vision, increased driver fatigue, and a heightened risk of accidents. This isn't just an inconvenience, folks. It's a full-blown crisis. Modern LED and HID headlights are much brighter than the halogen bulbs of the past. While they offer better visibility for the driver using them, they can be blinding for everyone else on the road. Many drivers find themselves constantly adjusting their rear-view mirrors to avoid the glare. But it's a temporary fix to a growing problem. Cities and towns are becoming battlegrounds of light, where the once comforting glow of streetlights is overshadowed by the piercing beams of car headlights. Families on road trips, night shift workers, and even casual evening drivers are all feeling the strain. The disparity between older cars with dimmer lights and newer models with intense beams is stark, creating a jarring experience for everyone on the road. Some have turned to anti-glare glasses or special coatings on their windshields, but these are just band-aid solutions. What we need are regulations and innovations that prioritize the safety and comfort of all drivers, not just those with the latest tech. Communities are starting to raise their voices, demanding changes, and pushing for safer nighttime driving conditions. Let's hope that with enough awareness and action, we can reclaim our nights and make our roads safer for everyone. Don't just take my word for it, the numbers speak for themselves. A recent survey revealed that a staggering 80% of drivers report being regularly blinded by oncoming headlights. That's right, 8 out of 10 drivers. This isn't some niche issue, it's affecting the vast majority of us. And it's not just a mild inconvenience. Over half of those surveyed admitted to having reduced their night driving because of this blinding glare. People are choosing to stay home, avoid social events, and limit their activities, all because they're afraid to drive at night. Think about the economic impact of that. Restaurants with fewer customers, shops closing earlier, a decline in nighttime activities. Headlight glare isn't just a pain in our eyes, it's a real drag on our lives. Let's be clear. Being temporarily blinded while driving is dangerous. It reduces your ability to see pedestrians, cyclists, and even other vehicles. It's like driving with a strobe light going off in your face, except the strobe light is attached to a 2-ton vehicle hurtling towards you. Imagine this. You're driving down a dark road and suddenly, bam! You're blinded by an oncoming car with headlights that could illuminate the Las Vegas Strip. For those few critical seconds, your vision is shot. You can't see the road, the lane markings, or any potential hazards. It's a recipe for disaster. And the scariest part? This isn't some hypothetical scenario. It's happening every night on roads across America. But the dangers of headlight glare go beyond the immediate risk of accidents. The constant exposure to bright lights can trigger headaches, eye strain, and even nausea. It's like staring at your phone screen for hours on end, except you're doing it while hurtling down a highway at 60 miles per hour. And let's not forget the psychological toll. Being constantly bombarded by blinding lights can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and even road rage. It's enough to make even the most zen driver want to scream. So, not only is headlight glare making our roads less safe, it's also making us more irritable, more prone to headaches, and generally less pleasant to be around. Great, just great. Section 5. Supercharged beams. Why headlights are getting brighter and more blinding. So what's causing this epidemic of blinding headlights? Well, it's a perfect storm of factors. For one, car manufacturers are increasingly using LED headlights, which are brighter and more energy efficient than traditional halogen bulbs. But brighter doesn't always mean better, especially when it comes to headlights. Then there's the issue of vehicle height. SUVs and pickup trucks, with their higher riding positions, often have headlights that shine directly into the eyes of drivers in lower cars. It's like being stuck in a staring contest with a giant, one-eyed cyclops, and the cyclops has really good aim. Section 6. Generation glare. Are young drivers and SUVs to blame? Now, before we go pointing fingers, it's important to note that it's not just SUVs and their superpowered headlights that are contributing to the problem. The issue of headlight glare is multifaceted and involves several factors that we need to consider. Improper headlight alignment, where the beams are pointed too high or too low, can also cause excessive glare. This misalignment can be due to a variety of reasons, such as poor maintenance or even minor accidents that shift the headlight's position. And let's be honest, how many of us actually take the time to get our headlights checked and adjusted regularly? It's one of those maintenance tasks that often gets overlooked, even though it can significantly impact road safety. Yeah, that's what I thought. Regular maintenance is crucial, but it's something many drivers neglect, either due to lack of time, awareness, or simply because they don't see it as a priority. And while we're at it, let's talk about those young whippersnappers with their fancy new cars and their need for speed. Younger drivers often have the latest technology in their vehicles, which can sometimes be more of a distraction than a help. Okay, that's a bit unfair. Not all young drivers are reckless, but it's a fact that they are more prone to distractions, whether it's from their smartphones, in-car entertainment systems, or even just the thrill of driving. But studies have shown that younger drivers are more likely to be involved in accidents caused by glare, possibly due to inexperience or distractions. Their eyes may not be as accustomed to night driving, and the added glare from headlights can be overwhelming. Add to that the popularity of SUVs among all age groups, and you've got a recipe for a whole lot of blinding headlights on the road. SUVs are often equipped with higher and brighter headlights, which can be particularly blinding to drivers in smaller cars. The combination of these factors creates a challenging environment for all drivers. It's not just about blaming one group or another, it's about understanding the complexities of the issue and finding ways to mitigate the risks. So, what can we do? Regular headlight maintenance, better education for young drivers, and perhaps even stricter regulations on headlight brightness could all be steps in the right direction. It's a collective effort that requires awareness and action from everyone on the road. In the end, it's about making our roads safer for everyone. By addressing these issues head-on, we can reduce the risks and ensure that night driving is a safer experience for all. Section 7. The feds take notice. Government efforts to dim the lights. The good news is that the government is finally starting to take notice of this blinding problem. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA, is currently conducting research and developing new regulations to address headlight glare. They're looking at everything from mandating adaptive headlights, which automatically adjust their beam pattern based on oncoming traffic, to setting stricter standards for headlight brightness and alignment. But government bureaucracy moves slower than a snail in a molasses factory. It could be years before these new regulations are implemented, and in the meantime, we're all stuck squinting into the abyss of blinding headlights. So, what can we do to protect ourselves and our retinas? Section 8. Fighting back against glare. Tips for drivers and their headlights. Driving at night can be challenging, especially when dealing with the glare from other vehicles' headlights. Here are some essential tips to help you navigate the road safely and comfortably. First and foremost, make sure your own headlights are properly aligned. Misaligned headlights can not only reduce your visibility, but also cause unnecessary glare for other drivers. Regularly check and adjust your headlights to ensure they are pointing in the right direction. This might involve a trip to a mechanic, but it's a small price to pay for not blinding your fellow drivers. A professional can ensure that your headlights are set at the correct angle and height, providing optimal illumination without causing discomfort to others on the road. And while you're at it, consider switching to yellow-tinted bulbs, which are known to reduce glare compared to the harsher blue-white LEDs. Yellow-tinted headlights can improve your visibility in foggy or rainy conditions, making your nighttime driving experience safer and more pleasant. Second, adjust your driving habits. Simple changes in how you drive can make a significant difference in reducing glare and improving your overall safety on the road. Avoid staring directly at oncoming headlights. This can temporarily blind you and make it difficult to see the road ahead. Instead, glance at the headlights briefly to gauge the distance, and then look away. Instead, focus on the right edge of your lane using the white line as a guide. This technique helps you maintain your lane position and reduces the impact of the glare from oncoming traffic. And if you're feeling overwhelmed by glare, don't be afraid to pull over to a safe location and give your eyes a break. Taking a short rest can help reduce eye strain and improve your concentration when you resume driving. Remember, your safety and sanity are more important than arriving at your destination a few minutes earlier. Prioritize your well-being and take the necessary steps to ensure a comfortable and safe driving experience at night. By following these tips, you can fight back against glare and enjoy a smoother journey on the road. Section 9. Reclaiming the night. Why we need to solve the glare problem now. Headlight glare is not just an inconvenience, it's a serious safety hazard that's impacting our health, our wallets, and our overall quality of life. We can't afford to wait for the government to act. We need to raise awareness about this issue, demand better regulations, and take personal responsibility for reducing glare on our roads. It's time to reclaim the night, one less blinding headlight at a time, because driving at night